Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the second session on Python fundamentals. What is that I have discussed in the session 1? Yes, I have discussed about the tokens concept and also I have discussed the physical components of a Python program. So let me take you to the next topics of this chapter. So guys, what is that I have next? I have variables and assignments, and also I will be discussing about the simple input and output statements. So how do we take the input from the user and how do we print the output to the screen is what we are trying to understand with respect to simple input and output. So let me start with the first topic. So guys, I have variable assignments. What is variable? So let me just understand the concept of variable. So guys, if I want to store any value, for example, let's take 10. So where exactly I will be storing this 10? So for this 10, I have to create some memory. So for this 10, I have to create some memory. For that memory, I have to name. So that is what I will call it as a variable. Let's imagine I'm just trying to create a memory. Imagine this is a memory. For this memory, I'm trying to create a name. So this is what I will call it as a variable. This is what I will call it as a variable. So in this space, I want whatever I want, I can just place it. So I have written like this, a is equal to 10. So in this memory, I will be storing this 10. So that is what you have to remember. Suppose if you have not understood anything about the variable. So now, how do I create the variable in Python? So guys, let us understand this concept in detail now by comparing this concept with other programming language. So let me take something like this, int a. What is the meaning of this statement? So guys, in the programming languages like C, C++ and Java, so we call this as a data type, int as a data type. And also I will call this a as a variable of type int. I will call the a as variable of type int. So why do we need to specify the data type, sir? Why do we need to specify this data type? So guys, please understand, so this data type will tell me how much exactly the memory that I should allocate for A. Suppose if I consider int, I will be allocating 4 bytes. If I take float, I will be allocating how much? You have to tell me. So like this, I will have different data type. Each data type will have its own size, its own capacity. Based on that, the size or the memory will be allocated for this variable. This is the traditional way of creating the variables in all other programming language. But please remember, I don't have to specify this data type when I am creating a variable in Python. Point number 1. Point number 2, please understand, I can create a variable like this before I assign the value. What exactly the means are? What exactly it means are? Please understand, if I write int a, I'm trying to create a variable, but I'm not assigning any value to this variable right now. But this statement holds good. But when it comes to Python, so you're not supposed to do like this. Then what exactly I have to do, sir? So you have to assign the value for a variable as soon as you create. So that is the example that I have given here. As soon as you create a variable, you have to assign the value to it. That is most important thing that you have to remember when it comes to the Python programming language. Point number 1, you don't have to specify the data type. Point number 2, you have to assign the value as soon as you create the variable. So this is the 2 points that you should remember. Point number 3, my dear students, please understand, if I write a is equal to 10, I am not storing this 10 in Python programming language. In all other programming language, I explained, I took the same example. You will be storing this 10 in that particular memory place. But in Python programming language, I'm not storing this 10. Instead, I'm storing the reference to this 10. Sir, what exactly you're trying to explain? So please understand, I have already stored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have all these numbers. Let us imagine I need to store a is equal to 1. So what is that I'm trying to do in Python? So I'm storing the reference of this one, the address of this one. I will be storing the address of this one. Instead of storing the value exactly here, I'm just storing the address of 1. So that is what you have to remember with respect to the Python programming language. So this is how I will be creating the variables in Python programming language. So I will repeat, point number 1, you don't have to specify the data type. Point number 2, you have to assign the value as soon as you create the variable. So guys, when it comes to the integer, so you will be storing the reference. Even if you write a is equal to 1, so what exactly internally you will have? You will have the reference of this 1. So guys, if you store a is equal to 1, what exactly you will have? You will have the address of this 1. Only for integers. Only for integers. Please make a note of it. So this is how you will be creating the variables. Moving on to the next one. So what is that? I have multiple assignments. So what exactly this multiple assignments is? Please observe here. So guys, I have written multiple variables. I have a, b, c. What is that I have done? So a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 10. So for all these variables, can I call a, b, c as a variables? Yes. So for all these variables, I am directly assigning one single value. So a will have the 10 and also b value is also 10 and c value is also 10. What is that I am trying to do? So please understand, same value to the multiple variables. This is possible in Python. You can use this as a valid statement in Python. So guys, and I have the one more statement. Please observe, this is very interesting. So guys, I have multiple values to the multiple variables. I have the multiple values to the multiple variables. What is that I have? So I have x, y, z. I have 10, 20, 30. So the values will be assigned in the same order. So guys, can you tell me? So x will have the 10, y will have 20, z will have 30. So this is possible in Python programming language. What is this? Multiple variables will have the multiple values. You can assign the multiple values to the multiple variables in a single statement. This is possible in Python. This is what you have to understand whenever you are creating the variables. So what is the next topic that I have? So it's very interesting, that is dynamic typing. Please understand the meaning of the statement. What is that I have? Please understand the meaning of the heading. Dynamic. Dynamic in the sense what? Runtime. So guys, please understand. So guys, what is that I have? Dynamic typing. So what is the beauty of this statement? So when I have x is equal to 10, please observe, x is equal to 10. So what type of value x is holding? So x is holding 10. So is it holding 10 exactly? No, it is holding the reference of the 10. Fine. Let us imagine x is holding the integer data type. I will use the print statement here. I will just print x. So what it should print? It should print 10. So fine. Suppose if I use print statement here, print x. What it should print? It will print hello world. So please understand, this variable is holding the integer data type and this variable is holding the string. So is it possible in any other programming language? No, it is not possible. If you declare any variable as an integer variable throughout the program, that variable will be remained as a integer variable. You have to store only integer data to that in the entire program. But in Python programming language, it is not like that. So you can store x is equal to 10 in the first statement. Then after that, you can store x is equal to hello world. That means you can store the different data type in the same program. So this is what we call it as a dynamic typing. This is what we call it as a dynamic typing. I will repeat for all of you. A same variable in the same program will have different types of data. That is possible in Python programming language. That concept is what I will call it as a dynamic typing. I will repeat for all of you guys. Dynamic typing means a variable that holds the values of different types at different times in the same program. That is what you have to understand with respect to dynamic typing. Moving on to the next concept. What is the next concept that I have? Simple input and output. Please understand, this is very simple and basics. So I need to read the input from the user. How do I read? So what is the function that I have to use? So whenever I come across with this kind of parenthesis, all of you know that you should treat whatever I write, like for example, I'll just write input. So you should treat this as a function. I will repeat, whenever you come across with this kind of parenthesis, you should treat this as a function. So why do I have this function? I have this function to read the input from the user. Suppose if I want to read any input from the user, I should use this function. So I have taken some example here. So I have written like this, input. So within the parenthesis, within the quotes, I have written, so enter a number. So guys, by default, this function, this input function, whatever it reads, it will read in the form of string. Whatever the data that we are reading from the user, so by default, this input function will read in the form of string data type. So whatever the user is typing, so that will be stored in this statement, and we are trying to assign whatever the value that we have in this statement to this variable. If I enter anything, so that will be assigned to this particular variable. Suppose if I enter Kaushik, so guys, I will be assigning that value to this NUM. If I print NUM, so it should give me Kaushik. So that is how this input statement is working. So fine, sir, you said this statement will hold the default value, that is string. Whatever I enter, it will be in the form of string. I want to enter integer. How do I do it then? So guys, for that you have to do the typecasting. You have to convert the type of value whatever you have entered. So please remember, suppose if I want to read the integer, so what is that you will do? By default, you have to use this input function. So let's imagine you will give your statement, enter your number. Then after that, what is that you have to do? So you have to use one more function, that is int. One more function, that is int. Inside this int function, you have to use this input function. So whatever the value that I have here, so that will be converted into integer data type, and then the whole value will be assigned to the variable whatever you are using here. So this is how you will read the integer value. Can you guess what exactly that I have to do for float? Yes, exactly. You will just write float. You will just write float. Inside this, you will just write input. You will just write input. This is how you guys will be reading the inputs from the user. Let me just explain how exactly we are trying to print the values using the print statement. So guys, this is a print function that I am using to print any values. So in this print statement, I can perform a lot of things. So let us understand one by one. So let's take a first statement, what exactly we are trying to do. So guys, I have entered hello within the quotes. I have entered hello within the quotes. Please understand, whatever I give within this quotes inside this print statement, it will be printed as it is. It will be printed as it is. What is the meaning of it? So whatever the thing that you will go within the quotes, it will be printed as it is. So guys, this statement holds good for me. The syntax of the print statement is correct. So guys, what is that I am trying to do here? What is that I am trying to do here? So please understand, I am just trying to print as it is. Whatever I have, 17.5, so it will be printing it as it is. It will be printing it as it is. And one more thing you need to observe, suppose if I write a is equal to 17.5, so if I just write print a, so what will happen? What will happen? It will not print a, so it will print the value of the a. It will print the value of the a. So what is the value of a? So 17.5. So if I just use this statement, my output will be 17.5. Please observe, I have not enclosed it with the quotes. I have not enclosed it with the quotes. If I don't use the quotes, it will print what exactly the value that I have stored in the variable. So that is what you have to understand. So what is the next one that I have? So 3.14 into 5. Yes, I can also perform the operations inside the print statement. I can also perform the operations inside the print statement. Make sure that you will not enclose it with the quotes. You will not enclose it with the quotes. Even this statement is also valid. Please observe, I have one more statement, print. I have one more statement, print my, comma, name, comma, is. So guys, please understand, so I will be using multiple objects. It will be treating this as objects. Each object will have a space one after the other. So this is also possible when I have multiple objects in my print statement. I will be using the comma operator. I'll be using the comma operator. You can ask me, sir, can I just give this my name is in just one single quote, one pair of single quote? Yes, you can do that, but I just wanted to demonstrate when you have multiple objects, when you want to print multiple objects with the space, then can I do that? Yes, of course you can use the comma separators whenever you have multiple objects, is what I wanted to explain for all of you. This is how you will use the print statement, guys. And then guys, features of print statement. So what happens? So auto converts the item into string. That is what we have studied. So auto converts the items into the string, and the second statement is it inserts the space between the items automatically. It inserts the space between the items automatically. And the last statement is it appends a new line character at the end of the line. You don't have to give the slash in, automatically it will append the new line character. So guys, what is the next one that I have? Features of print statement. This is the last concept for the day, so please understand. So it auto converts the items into the string. Automatically it will treat it as a string, and also guys, it will insert the space between the items, and also it will append the slash in, that is new line character at the end of the line. You don't have to specify that, automatically it will be printed in the next line. So guys, with this I have come to an end of this chapter. So keep waiting for the next chapter. I'll be starting in the next session. Till then, take care of your health. Thank you. Bye bye.